The most magical place on earth is Walt Disney World, and it's the perfect setting for the most competitive and action-packed volleyball tournament in the country, where hundreds of the world's best young players are here to claim championships. Welcome to the 43rd AAU Junior National Volleyball Championship. It has been a phenomenal week here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. This, the final day of the 43rd AAU Girls Junior National Volleyball Championships, and it's time for the 18 Premier title game. Upward Stars out of North Carolina take on Mizuno Sports Performance. Glad to have you with us, Drew Felios, Aaron Campbell, the former UCF Stars. We get ready for 18 Premier. We saw 18 Open and Mizuno Sports Performance, but how is Premier different from Open, Aaron?
You know, you're still going to see a lot of college commits. They might not be as big. There's a lot of mid-major girls, but the competition really doesn't vary that much. There's a lot of good athletic girls that play the sport, and they are all on display in this championship today.
All right, it's time for North Carolina to take center stage. The young ladies from the East Coast, they are loaded with talent. They won 10 of 12 games in 2 sets, outscoring opponents by a sizable margin, nearly 200 points. This team really excelling, and they are led by a young lady by the name of Thayer Hall, one of the most decorated players in this tournament.
And Thayer Hall, was the State Player of the Year. She's committed to Florida, and we had a chance to watch her a little bit in warm-up, and she has that thud kill. She gets on top of the ball and just unloads and just cranks it. So obviously warm-ups are a little bit different than in the match, but I expect to see some big, powerful kills from her today.
Mizuno Sports Performance, team from Illinois. They have done so well in so many different age groups this entire week, but now the 18 Premiers, a team that's also been pretty dominant, and they rolled over LVA Elite today easily in 2 sets.
And I think it's all kind of on the quarterbacking of one of their best players, Mackenzie Welsh. She quarterbacks this offense very well.
Yeah, she wears number 19. She'll be headed to the University of Michigan. She's got several weapons like 67, Allie Lindroth, and number 70, Jordan Alberon, who is headed to Dayton.
Yeah, and it's going to be really interesting to see kind of what the matchup is when it comes to the setting position. And we know that Welsh is going to make some really good setting choices today.
So we're probably not going to see the heavy hitters. Is this match going to boil down to which team passes and distributes the best?
I think so. I think the setting game is really going to be the difference. You have to put your hitters in positions where they're one-on-one with the block, and that's all on reading what the defense is doing. So it's really going to be a good setting matchup today.
All right, should be fun. Illinois taking on North Carolina. Sit back, enjoy as the 43rd AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships roll on.
When you run Disney, every mile is magic. Marathon and half marathon races through the Disney theme parks are waiting for you at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida and Disneyland Resort in California. Known for courses lined with Disney entertainment and the best finisher medalers around, Run Disney events are a must-do for veteran runners and newcomers alike. For more information, visit rundisney.com. Go the distance with Disney and the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex in Florida by training or competing in one of the many track and field events hosted here annually. From Disney Track and Field Spring Training to the Walt Disney World Cross Country Classic to Disney Track and Field Showcase. Get ready for your season or get noticed by any of the numerous college recruiters in attendance. Check out DisneyTrackandField.com for more information.
We are set for the 18 Premier Championship game as you get a look at Mizuno Sports Performance. They'll wear the red jerseys here this afternoon, taking on the Upward Stars out of North Carolina. Katie Cronister, one of 3 players from Upward Stars, headed to Wofford University. So we said that not going to have as many big-name college players and prospects in this match. But you got 3 players headed to the same school. Obviously, they've developed chemistry, and I think this match is going to be all about that as we move on to crown a champion. Kenzie Welsh set to serve for Mizuno Sports Performance. Welsh, a future Michigan Wolverine. She'll be doing it all here today. And we are set to go. Underway. Game 3 of 4. And an early kill by Katie Cronister, one of those future Wofford stars. There's the championship rules here today. Best 2 out of 3 sets. We'll play to 25 in the first 2 if need be. The last set will be played to 15 if it reaches that. As we've got an ace here served up quickly. Upward stars out fast.
And serving's going to be another key factor in this match. Tough serving is going to get teams out of system, and that's going to be easier to play defense against. So serving is going to be a key factor in this match.
So already we've got an ace and a service error. Point Mizuno, as you got to look at Corey Helly. He's the head coach of the Upward Stars. Mizuno Sports Performance able to tap it over. Now Thayer Hall touches it for the first time for the Upward Stars. This ball's going to be tapped wide, so point for North Carolina. You got to look at Don Jo Lee. He runs the program for Mizuno Sports Performance in their 18 premier category. Joust at the net, and it's going to be won by Thayer Hall, the Gatorade Player of the Year in North Carolina.
And that's the difference in good blockers and great blockers. The setter wanted you to take the bait, thinking that she was going to go to the middle, and all Thayer Hall did was stay in front of her hitter and block the ball.
Hit across the court. First kill by Mizuno Sports Performance. There's number 54, Kiana Ware, headed to Western Michigan. She'll be doing a lot of the dirty work up front for Sports Performance. Upward Stars coming back, tapping it over. Now from the right side, there's Thayer Hall again on the block. She was helped by Courtney Hoffman.
And I love this matchup of having those 2 players going at each other. Thayer Hall does a nice job of fronting the attacker. On the last play, she didn't. She took away the zone. The big difference there is getting in front of the ball and where the arm is facing.
Thayer Hall will tap it and score. You can just sense the intelligence from this young player, and she is just going to be a junior in high school.
Yeah, and just really good volleyball IQ, recognizing that she's had a few really good shots. Roll shots are just as good as big swings.
Here's a big shot. Oh, that one had tons behind it. And it's the first kill of the match for Jordan Albaran.
And that's why Mackenzie Welsh is so good at what she does. She tricks the middle blocker to take the bait on that 3, and that leaves that outside pin player one-on-one. That's what separates her from one of the best setters in this division.
Serve just wide. And the Stars have a 7-3 lead. Mizuno Sports Performance not able to really see that offense flow just yet, as the Stars have come out clearly the aggressors.
And Kelly Bossert just unloading on that ball, sees the seam between the block, hits it a little bit low. She knows the block's big, so hits it under those forearms, and it just slams to the ground.
5-point lead for North Carolina. Out of position there. And Mizuno Sports Performance will try and get things going. Sports Performance has seemingly been playing for a championship in just about every single category. It has been amazing the success this club has had this year. How about that shot? That's Katie Cronister. Donjo Lee making his notes for Sports Performance. Sailing long, and it'll be a point for Mizuno.
And those are the kind of points you don't want to give to a Mizuno team. They have so many different weapons to go to on offense, and Mackenzie Welsh is always going to find that one-on-one player unless they are out of system. She has really good outsides to rely on in those situations. Big-time play. Anna Stevenson, young lady headed to Auburn, got up, and that is why she is headed to the SEC. Yeah, and I love this 3-run here. You can see the stack. So they're going to run a quick tempo with both the outside and the middle, and they choose the middle to go to. But what that's going to do is the next time they're in that position or in that rotation, the defense isn't going to know which quick tempo they're going to go to. Let's listen in to head coach Corey Helly.
Slide here, Anna. If they go slide, just let Katie get it, okay? And you've got to be on the faster, tighter ball. Got it? Faster, tighter. Hey, and all we need to do, we block the pin, and we just need 1 or 2 digs, even if it's off the chest when that outside hitter hits. 1 or 2. Okay? Come on, let's go.
And a lot of coaches talk about body position and defense, and I think that's a perfect example of why. Worst case scenario, if you're in the right position to read the ball, it should either hit your chest or your stomach. Obviously, you want your stomach. That's where your hands would go. So just getting your shoulders to the ball is going to be very helpful on defense instead of reaching like we've seen on that last play. You want to get your body behind the ball and make the dig back into the middle of the court.
Lauren Robeck on the slide, headed to UNC Greensboro. 2 players from this Illinois team that will play their college volleyball in North Carolina, Ronnie Katarzinski and Lauren Robeck. That's a point for Sports Performance, and they're starting to inch their way back into the set.
And a lot of people see that error as a hitting error, but that's actually a blocking technique. You want to force the hitter to think that they have a shot. They don't.
Blocked, but it went off the shoulder of Cronister, and Sports Performance just was taken off guard. They didn't know how to play it.
And Libero saying, hey, that's my bad. That's the role that a libero needs to take. They need to take ownership of that backcourt. Anything that there's a mistake on has to be some leadership from the libero side.
How about this jump serve? Hit long. Want you to watch this serve, Aaron, and how effective it can be for Upwood Stars. That ball is tossed high in the air, and it is tough to play.
And what happens with a topspin, it's kind of like the high-speed throw in baseball, fast pitch. The ball comes, it's spinning at different angles. You try to get underneath it, and you can't. It beats you to the position you need to be in. So a good topspin serve is really lethal.
Cronister just hammering right now. Sports Performance able to get it over. Upward Stars can't get a clean shot either. Right side now, and there's the kill. So they recover, and Ali Lindroff, the future Northwestern Wildcat, able to put it away.
And that's really how you stop a good serving run, obviously converting the point, but doing it with a big swing off the block, just like that.
Oh, quickie. We're seeing that more and more today. That quick set right over. It has been a weapon.
And it forces the defense to not cheat. And when they don't cheat, they don't get to their positions as quick. And so it leaves opportunities for the attackers to find zones in the court.
Quick kill that time. And now heading out of the game will be Lauren Robeck. So Robeck and Katarzinski, the future of UNC Greensboro volleyball, doing a good job in this first set, but this Mizuno Sports Performance team trails by 5. Oh, that barely grazes the line. Perfect placement for Kiana Ware.
And really great set by Mackenzie Welsh. Recognizes that Hall actually took that swing, wasn't back to the position that she wanted to be in to start that block, and that left Ware one-on-one on the right side.
You know, Ware's a very heady player. 7 kills now for Sports Performance, 1 better than the Upward Stars, but if Thayer Hall starts to heat up, it is going to be big-time trouble for Mizuno Sports Performance.
Yeah, and what she does so well is she hits the ball at the peak of its height. A lot of players wait for the ball to come down because they want to hit the ball straight down the floor, but she waits nice and high and hits through the hands of the block.
Another point for North Carolina. Courtney Kaler, now the future South Carolina Gamecock. Got a few future SEC players for Upward Stars when you talk about Hall and Kaler along with Stevenson. Now the southpaw starts swinging. Kelly Bossert.
And we're seeing this more and more, that left-handed players are becoming utilized so often because they can hit that shot from the right-hand side. She really crunches it to that sharp cross-court angle, almost at that tee where the 10-foot line and the end line meet.
So far, Upward Stars playing flawless volleyball, and Mizuno Sports Performance going to have to huddle up here.
The block we not able to touch the skid yet, so it close. Passing is one thing, cover out hitter. Same thing.
Only our game. If we make it our game, we have to play harder.
Well, you see the young lady in the headband, the white T-shirt right there next to head coach Don Jolie. She is Rachel Schneider. She's got the torn ACL and torn meniscus. She is not able to play, Aaron, but she is kind of like become an assistant coach and sort of a team manager. I had a chance to meet her before the match. Great kid.
And what's really interesting about that is having a player on the sideline being able to tell you what to do. Obviously, you have your bench players who can help you with that, but someone that was once a starter coming off the court, that's such a benefit to have. Look at that block. Left hand inside, crunching over, timed perfectly.
Easy pickings right there for Kiana Ware, but Mizuno Sports Performance with a sizable hole to try and make up at 18-11. You know, it almost seems like from the start of this match, Upward Stars was just playing at a higher level. They were intent on blitzing Sports Performance.
Yeah, and the only real producer for this Sports Performance team right now is Hall, which is unfortunate because they do have so many weapons. But the defense of Upward Stars is doing a nice job of slowing the ball down and creating tough situations to score points.
There's one for Allie Lindroth. 6-point margin now, and back to serve will be Emily Bushman. Bushman headed to Big Ten country, will be an Iowa Hawkeye. It's been all Upward Stars to this point. That ball gets just caught in the air, and the passing right now not very crisp. You rarely see a miscue from Mackenzie Walsh. It happened right there.
Yeah, and I like that Mullen was up in the air, but it might not have been the best choice to go to her. If they went to the outside in that play, just the juke might have forced a one-on-one situation for the pin.
Serve goes just wide. Point for Mizuno Sports Performance. Had a few service errors in this first set. There's Thayer Hall, the 11th grader to be one of the top prospects in the country. She'll play for Coach Wise at the University of Florida as Lindroth makes another block. Coach Wise does a heck of a job in Gainesville, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. But look at this block, timed again perfectly. That's a huge part of blocking, getting the timing down, and you and your middle blocker working together.
No, that's not the score.
Oh,
No. Score's irrelevant, guys.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, don't look at the score, okay? They're the ones that are going to be concerned with the score, okay? They're the ones that aren't supposed to lose, okay? Come on, let's go.
Guys, come on.
So Coachelli telling his team, hey, don't worry about the scoreboard. Doesn't matter. We got to take care of our business and let them worry about it because we're going to be ahead.
Yeah, and really, this whole time, Upward Stars has dictated the tempo of this match, and they're playing at the tempo they want. The match is really theirs right now, and it's up to Mizuno Sports Performance to make some changes offensively. They have used Ware a lot, but they have to get somebody else going.
There's a block at the net. And this team from South Carolina is just feasting defensively right now.
And I love the little exchange we have going on that side. Kelly Bossert got blocked on the last one and just sent back one of those big blocks to her opponent.
Now the pass on the left side, tapped over by Cronister. And the shot right there, a point for Mizuno Sports Performance. I do want to make a correction. Upward Stars is from South Carolina and not North Carolina. That was my mistake at the beginning of the broadcast. But Upward Stars enjoying a 6-point lead right now up to this point.
And bad passes lead to tight sets. And any time that you put the ball tight and low, it's really hard for any hitter to make an adjustment on that ball. So even if the pass is tight, setter has to make a high second contact to bail him out.
Katie Cronister, another kill before she heads to Wofford. And Mizuno Sports Performance just cannot seem to figure out where the attack is coming from. Slide is kept alive. Bossert puts it over. And shot is wide by Anna Stevenson.
That whole play was set up by Morgan Ballard. Even though Upward Stars didn't get the point, Morgan Ballard, the libero, was all over the floor, keeping that rally going as long as possible.
Oh, the block just a little bit off. You see the force that Cronister is able to swing with as well.
And it's a really good read by Ware. She takes 2 steps inside to front her hitter, but what happens is a lot of times when left side pin blockers take a step inside, the right hand becomes vulnerable.
Nicely done, Allie Lindroth.
And she likes the ball nice, high, and tight. She wants to go up there and find the seam at the last second so she can crunch on that ball.
Ball drops. 23-19. Courtney Kaler gets in position. Upward Stars just trying to keep on doing what they've done this entire match. Now 2 points away from winning set number 1. Tracking down that ball is Cronister. Now kept alive. Oh, big time hit right there. And it will be a point. Looked like it could have been wide, but Kiana Ware credited.
And I love when right sides come around and run that 2-ball. Because look at the middle, just takes the bait, and that leaves her with every shot she wants on the court. It's those design plays that really help propel this team to get as many kills as they do.
Again, that's the number 5 or number 2, tip, roll shot, but she's not hitter, so you have to run and ping, okay? Serve aggressively, serve aggressively, okay? Serve aggressively.
And Coach Lee talking about how Hall likes to crunch that ball down the line. She's a line hitter, so they're gonna do everything they can to protect the line, whether they stick the hands in front of that or whether they have the defender blocking that line. So they could play rotation or perimeter defense. My assumption is they're gonna block that ball and force her to hit cross court.
Here's Hall. Thayer Hall making her presence felt. She's had plenty of help in this first set.
and finds the sharp cross-court hand. So when the ball is off the net, the blocker needs to take one more step inside to get in front of the ball. But really good swing by Hall to cut underneath that middle blocker's hand.
24-20, first set point. Mizuno Sports Performance going to prolong that. You just feel that Kiana Ware starting to play her best volleyball over the past few minutes.
Yeah, and I really love the matchup of Hall and Ware. They're kind of exchanging kills back and forth, blocks back and forth, and they play very similarly. So it's fun to see that exchange.
Here it is. What you can do, I can do better, as Hall scores to end the first set. So the Upward Stars in the 18 Premier Championship match out of South Carolina jump on Mizuno Sports Performance. They take the first set. We've got set number 2 right after this.
Wide World of Sports
Totally my
complex
bad.
at the
North
Walt Disney
Carolina,
World
South
Resort in
Carolina.
Florida.
I saw Greenville and I thought Greensboro.
Catering to the needs of the entire family. We offer a complete line of solution-oriented products and services to address the complex needs of teams on the road and the team parents who support them. To find out how to achieve vacation victory, visit espnwwos.com. The ESPN Wide World of Sports complex is one of the most exciting youth baseball complexes in America, where players of all ages compete against both national and international rivals. Athletes can hone their skills year-round through open registration tournaments and spring training programs for high school and college teams on major league quality fields while creating memories that last a lifetime. To find out how your team can play here, visit DisneyBaseball.com.
Right at home here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports.
And really has done kind of everything for this team. The blocks have been incredible. She's also mixing up her heavy swings and her roll shots and finding weaknesses in this sports performance defense all over the court.
Now Hall has done it on defense, she's done it on offense, and you just look at her, look at how her teammates respond to her. She's a great personality as well. She's going to go great in Gainesville.
I agree, and I think what speaks volumes about her is what she does off the court. She's just an all-around good person, volunteers all the time, and makes it more of the whole package. And I think that's why she's so enticing to Florida. But I also think her leadership as a young girl, I mean, she does not show any kind of frustration or anything like that. Very stoic and keeps this team composed.
Katie Cronister will wait to serve for the Upward Stars, who played from ahead for most of that first set. Drew Felios and Aaron Campbell. Service error to start set number 2.
And that's a tough position to be in, to have a jump serve before you kind of get in the groove of the match. An interesting rotational choice that Upward Stars made.
There's a shot right down. Oh, that had tons of velocity on it. Anna Stevenson can get up.
And I love that this back one happened when it did. Great call. Setter's falling forward. Middle wants to go slide, sees that her setter's falling forward, and takes 2 quick steps inside to make the 6.
Sports Performance now trying to answer. Had some momentum at the end of that first session. Let's see if they can continue it here. Joust at the net, still kept alive. Now they go to the right side. The hot hand has been Ware. Can't score that time. Thayer Hall with the nice little arc, and everything she's touching right now is finding the floor.
And I like that she goes to the roll shot in transition because the defense is all scrambled around and they're not sure who is going to make that play. And she shows that she's going to swing heavy, and then at the last second just slows down that arm just a bit to make that contact.
Touched at the net, and that's won by Kaler. Yeah, that's kind of like a changeup in baseball, isn't it? You think it's coming at you hard, and then they put the little loop on it.
Yeah, and a lot of times those balls will have a little bit of backspin, so they'll almost kind of hang in the air and then just drop.
Serving for Upward Stars has just been fabulous here today. Another ace, this one for Stevenson.
And when you have a tough offense like Mizuno Sports Performance, the way you counter it is with tough serving. Get them out of system and they won't have as many options.
Blocked at the net. Ball still alive though. Upward Stars ready for it. Thayer Hall, one of the few mistakes that she has had so far. In fact, I think that's her first.
And it's an interesting swing to unload on. The set's behind, it's not from a conventional setter, it's nice and high, and she doesn't get her feet to the ball. She's chasing it. Arm swing changes, falls flat rather than goes on top of the ball.
Katie Chronister is playing well. I'll tell you what, Wofford is getting some players next year, getting Bossert, Ballard, and Chronister. That is a team to watch in the future. Nice dig there. And now Thayer Hall can just go to town.
Incredible set by Kaler, pushing that ball out to the point that she knows her hitter likes to go swing on the ball. Inside, she forces her to go cross court, but that's exactly what was open.
There's the answer from Kiana Ware.
And that play is really the benefit of running a 5-1 versus a 6-2. Your setter in the front row forces that middle just to question it for one split second.
Now the southpaw swing. Ends up being another point for Kelly Bossert. Right now, Corey Helly's got to love what he is seeing. His team is controlling the tempo. That's not easy to do against a brand name like Mizuno Sports Performance.
And what's really nice about this Upward Stars team is, yeah, you have Thayer Hall, who's just phenomenal, but we've called so many other names on offense right now. Everybody's playing very well up to championship level.
Alexandra Mullen on the slide, and Donjo Lee starts to glance up at the scoreboard. He knows that his team cannot afford to get down big here. Must stay close. Tapped over. And this will be another point.
And that's why you always show that you're going to swing really big and then at the last second change the direction of your hands. You almost make the blocker take the bait and push that hand just a little bit more, and you can hit the tape a lot of times.
Sports Performance needing a point. Welsh puts it over. She's been a little quiet here this afternoon. Now trying to get her team going. And I'll tell you what, Upward Stars doing a good job of reading where Welsh is going with the ball right now.
And Anna Stevenson just hangs out and watches where her hitter's going to take her approach to. And that's the makings of a really good blocker, staying right in front, tracking no matter where the ball is, what your hitter's doing.
As a setter, is it your responsibility to make sure the other team isn't reading your mail constantly?
It is, but it's also up to the hitter to find ways around the block, because guess what? There's usually always going to be a block in your face. Good hitters know how to hit around it.
Another timeout on the floor, all high fives on the South Carolina side. Let's listen in to Donjo Lee.
We were able to block here and there, but not consistently. Stay with net violation and try to get a pass, okay, and run. That one is a bit, you need to talk to her, okay, and make sure we cover our hitter. Okay, let's go.
And covering your hitters is definitely what's going to help this team. Attackers are going to feel more confident knowing that players are around them to make the play. But this is a big block that they have to try to beat every single time they go up to swing. And so far, Upward Stars really hasn't lacked discipline in their body position and hand position on the block.
6-point lead now. Sports Performance just cannot find the range. Aside from Kiana Ware, the offense for the red team has been shut down here by these young ladies from Upward Stars.
And the only way to beat a team that's big is to beat them with speed. So there needs to be a little bit more added to those sets. Maybe quicken it up just a smidge, and that'll force the attackers to speed up their arm swings as well.
Defense now breaking down as well. Upward Stars pulling away. '18 Premier title on the line here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. Drew Felios and Aaron Campbell. South Carolina in the navy blue. Team from Illinois, Mizuno Sports Performance on the right, finally able to score and break that string, but so far it has been all Upward Stars in this one.
And nice jump in by Welsh to second that attack block from the pin. And blocking is contagious. Once you kind of zero in on a hitter or a zone, you typically get locked in and you know exactly where to be. And that's a really good back-to-back blocking position by Welsh.
It's now or never for Mizuno Sports Performance. Got to string some points together here if they want to have any chance, because Upward Stars in this rally scoring format be very tough to catch. That's a good way to start, though. The ace served up, and now it's 3 in a row for Illinois.
And that's how you make up points quick. Serve really tough at a team that hasn't broken down on the passing game hardly at all. Just go for it at the back line.
Big time kill. There is the answer. When you need a point, Katie Chronister wants it.
And both outsides for Upward Stars are just so elite in what they do, what choices they make, how they take their approach, how they go toward the ball. It's really phenomenal to watch.
There's the kill edge for the Upward Stars by 5, and I'll tell you what, serving has been a landslide. It's been all Kelly Bossert, all Katie Chronister, and all Anna Stevenson as well. Service error there, just as I say that, Aaron. You know how that works.
Yep. The commentator curse. As you talk about good serving, there's always going to be an error that falls, I feel.
That's a good matchup over on that left side. This time, Mizuno Sports Performance able to win it, but they're starting to figure out where Katie Chronister's going.
Yeah, and that's really actually a good change for this sports performance team. Having a new blocker come in, setters going into back row, let her focus on setting, and having your right front attacker right in the outside hitter's face.
Back row now, Thayer Hall.
And again, we're seeing the development of the outside hitter becoming such a threat from the back row. In every match we've seen, it hasn't been a bail, it has been a design play using the back row player. And it's just incredible to see that level of Olympic volleyball kind of make its way down to the 18-year-olds and under.
Once again, Thayer Hall. Aaron, I gotta ask you this as we watch this young lady excel. We've seen the 18 Opens. Are you a little surprised she's not playing with the 18 Opens, or do you expect that to change in the future?
You know, that's a good question. It just depends on what her team qualifies for.
Sure.
So, you know, if I'm sure that they've played for Open, she's still so young. I'm sure that her team next year is going to be phenomenal as well. So it's just interesting to see what they'll qualify for next year.
I mean, right now it's automatic. It is academic every time she gets it.
And you'd think that the block would just go ahead and bail. All right, we're going to go. But they take the middle blocker's doing a nice job of faking the attack and leaving that seam for her outside hitter to just swing away on in the hole.
Hey, the last time they were in this rotation, they ran that little A with the right side, right? They ran that A with the right side last time they were in this rotation, so just be alert to it, okay? And let her think that she has it, and then just drop your right hand in on and get her again, okay? That kid's very athletic, but she really doesn't have any game to her, okay? So, hey, you stay right here in the middle. You stay with the middle, okay? Come on, come on, come on.
And it's a good call, talking about dropping that right hand into the seam.
Well, it's been an AAU summer here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Track and Field, July 15th and 16th. You can watch it on AAU.com if you don't come out here in person. Come out and join us for basketball, July 18th and 24th, right here at the HP Fieldhouse. You can also watch it on the Watch ESPN app. AAU, so many tremendous opportunities for athletes all over the country. Year after year, there has never in the history of American sports been another amateur organization that has served youth athletes better than AAU. And
it's not just one-dimensional. There's so many different sports that go into it, and it provides so many opportunities for kids to go to college on scholarships, and I think that that's really the end goal.
Yeah, most of these young ladies are already committed to universities, so that part of their game is pretty much over. Just a matter of finishing up their amateur careers before heading to college. And this their final shot really to make an impression before enrolling.
And the only time we see Thayer Hall miss a shot is when she doesn't get her feet to the ball. When she tries to reach for the set that's too far inside rather than making the adjustment with her feet.
There's another kill. Also want to keep in mind, Aaron, even though all these athletes are committed, you never know. There may be athletes, it happens all over college athletics, spend their first year at a university, don't like it, want to transfer. I guarantee you relationships are never done being molded.
Oh, not at all. And I think a lot of times players sign up for coaches. They don't just sign up for colleges and where they are or the team. And coaches change all the time. So, you know, a lot of times that'll happen. Coaches leave a program, and so will the people that they've recruited.
It's amazing when you look at the rates around the country. It is sometimes close to 50% in athletes that end up transferring after enrolling in that first year. It is really astounding nowadays. As this shot, let's see, what is the call? And this is, I believe, going to be long, and should be a point for Upwood Stars. Big thumbs up from Corey Helly.
I mean, if you're Coach Helly, you are just so, you have to be so pleased with what your team is doing, because they really are the underdog in this situation. Sports Performance has such a reputation of excelling at this level, but this Upwood Stars team is tough. Athletic, big swingers, good defense, tough team to beat.
Jordan Alberin has been quiet today. Does get the kill there. Her team still trailing by 6. Upward Stars just trying to hold serve here and win this match in 2 sets. That is going to help, and that is very un-Mizuno Sports Performance-like.
Yeah, and I think it was just a miscue. Thought she wanted to roll shot it, changed at the last second that she wanted to take a swing on it, and didn't follow through with the arm swing.
South Carolina just 4 points away from an 18 Premier Championship. Coach Helly knows his team's going to have their shots.
And great choice, even though the block was there. Good location by Welsh to hit around that inside hand.
Now the Upward Stars go to their money player, Anna Stevenson, along that front line. She is so timely.
And it's rare to see that connection at the 3 with a setter and a middle. A lot of times there's a lot of misfires. Those are the balls we see kind of land right over, but these two have that set figured out.
Nicely done there, Allie Lindroth. Lindroth has had her moments.
And when you dive in as a middle blocker, that tends to happen. You have to stay nice, straight, and over, even if you're not in the right position.
Another point for Stevenson. She is feasting.
And good things happen when middles keep their elbows nice and high. She goes in, she approaches with the elbow high, the set's there, and she just crunches on it. No block in front of her. All she needs to do.
Look at the kill story. Who would have ever thought Sports Performance would be out hit by 8? And they continue to have that done, as there's no answer for Stevenson, and now it's match point.
And Auburn is going to get a great middle in Anna Stevenson. She's one of those players that understands blocking and attacking. Huge threat.
Point for Sports Performance there. Hall wanted that one. She thought that was going to be Match point. It's been all Upward Stars. Sports Performance trying to break that trend. Couple points back to back.
And Sports Performance doesn't go away without a fight. They're going to stay doing what they need to be doing, and that's blocking the ball.
But they're not going to block that. Too much Stevenson, too much Thayer Hall, and the result is a championship for the Upward Stars representing South Carolina in 18 Premier.
And a huge rip. Thought they were going to go for the three because of the connection that they were having, Stevenson and Kaler, but that one just killed it, sealed the deal for this match, and congratulations to Upward Stars. That's a great match.
Seen a lot of great players over the past week, and I know we're in the 18 Premier. Seen great players all over the world, but Thayer Hall, she's as impressive as we've seen in my estimation. Aaron, what about you?
I agree, and what's scary is that she's still so young. She still has some more volleyball IQ to get throughout the rest of her career, but all over the floor, blocking, roll shotting, hitting big swings from the backcourt, from the front row, hitting sharp cross and line. It was just everything that you would want an outside hitter to do outside of being perfect. I think she had 2 errors in this match, but she did everything possible to help propel her team to a national championship.
See a little bit of Logan Tom's game in her, the way she can hurt you in so many different ways?
Yeah, I do, and I think that she has the ability to be that kind of big jumper, big leader on the court, and she does it with such a smile on her face, and that's what you love. She just thrives in the competition, and you love to see girls like that, especially at the junior level, and you know that they're going to have great careers in the colleges they end up going to, and Florida is just really, really lucky to get a girl like her.
So, you know, we've seen teams combine from Orlando and Tampa with OVA and Mizuno Sports Performance. We've seen great teams from Puerto Rico. South Carolina showing, hey, we can produce some big-time volleyball talent as well.
Yeah, and I love to see that these little small pockets are being created in volleyball, and it's not just your California, Texas, and Florida. There's great teams from all over the United States, and there's so many good athletes. These colleges have to be chomping at their bits to get their name in the mix to go with them, and it's just phenomenal to watch.
One more match coming up here on Championship Sunday, and it starts in a little bit more than an hour as we crown a world champion. For now, we'll celebrate South Carolina Upward Stars Volleyball. They are 18 Premier champions, winning 2-0 over Mizuno Sports Performance. For Aaron Campbell and our entire ESPN Wide World of Sports crew, I'm Drew Fallio saying so long from the Walt Disney World Resort, and we'll see you at 3:30.